welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Well, in lieu of a full cast of Falcons soaring in the upper air of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, one does take to the skies before kickoff. That's the mascot, Freddy the Falcon. And down at ground level, it is a cauldron of Falcons also taking flight out of the tunnel and onto the field here in Atlanta. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And here we go on Monday night primetime. Samaje Perine on the return. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. And at the helm, won his second comeback player of the year award last year with a career. Best season, now in year 6 here in the NFL. It's Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
2nd and 10, so into 28.
Let's get set. Wide 80. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Bengals have a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
180. Stop.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And good forward, about 5 yards, it looks like. It's second down now.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Can. Stop.
Here's Brown again. Fights his way through a tackle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. Skids down inside the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play-action pass to come.
Here we go. Stop. 180. Race hot.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line. His defense all over this one.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door
for a
bigger gap in the future.
180. What is hot?
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to Jordan loose, incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
180. Stop.
On third down, here's Burrow. This connects with Higgins. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
To get to these goal-to-goal situations, you know what a win is defensively, Kate? You stalemate. Just don't let them go forward. When you actually knock them backwards as they just did, you've now energized your whole group defensively.
Third and long, here's Burrow. Has it in close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Falcons, nothing.
On to handle the kickoff. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And in the end, he's able to get into what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. So out ahead the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out. It's now in his 14th season, Brock. That's not bad for a 4th-rounder out of Michigan State back in 2012, huh? It is Kirk Cousins.
Well over a decade has started in this league, and Kirk Cousins put up some prolific numbers. The thing that's eluded him, despite all the stats, are those playoff opportunities and those marquee postseason victories. I think Kirk, his family, and everybody rooting for him. The final chapters of his career will contain some of those.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response. Right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at second and pretty short. They're going to run it here. It's for John Robinson. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring a 3rd down. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
The left side is caught by Pitts. And that short gain is enough for a new set of down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
On the play fake, it's Cousins. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Barrett Carter. And the Bengals take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that hit. Might be a case of trying to force one where they shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Bengals and running back Chase Brown getting set to begin another drive here. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. Or quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you start to murmur and might even hear a few boo birds.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard
First play of the
line.
drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
They sneak it with Cousins. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up. Run play only gets... Raheem Morris in strong disagreement with that call. He's going to challenge this.
Previous play is under review.
Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Stop made by Barrett Carter.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
Shotgun
8.
snap now to Cousins. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
And the Falcons.
First down throw for Cousins. Trouble brewing, and the Bengals bring him down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts.
Brings up 2nd and
As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Out of the gun, Cousins. And they get to him again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
Third and long for him here. Will get this complete to Pitts. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Fields this at the 19. Return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10.
Stop. 180. Stop.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Catch made by Chase Brown. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 15 yards.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports. And we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. A 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Agnew on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Falcons offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Atlanta about ready to go now. First and 10. Here's the fake, Cousins to throw. Complete out to the right side. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's a loss of 2.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Cousins. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And the defense waiting for him in the line, and he goes down.
No gain on the play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He's going for it himself. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. Pick up 14 yards on that one. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down. All set to go now from the 35.
10 at the 35-yard line.
First and 10, around to Robinson. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. To the air, Cousins. Held in by Mooney, left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 at the 48.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. From the gun, they go with Algier. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. E.J. Hill, the one to bring him down. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
And 9.
Now it's Cousins. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
That's another Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Algier running behind center. And no question he won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
after that little 8-yard scoot. Here comes 2nd and 2. Robinson on the inside give. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good enough for Atlanta. First down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at it and go make a point.
And this one does not go far. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Line up the design keeper. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
All right, we reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. And Bengals with an extra DB out there now. 3rd down. Cousins out of the pistol here. That one's caught by Rooney. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Trying to run in. Algier. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Algier again. And he's going to be stopped short. They bring him down as he gets to the 3. Back-to-back runs, stopped short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. And
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. Monday Night Prime Time is underway. Here's Sky Moore on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. They're led out by the 4th-year passer out of Iowa State, Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
2nd and 3 now.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Get set. Get set. 18. What's up?
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. He puts together a nice little 8-yard gain, but it's not enough. They've got 4th down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. Gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood midfield. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
Okay, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
He picks up 15 on the play. And that is good for a Detroit first down. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to drain some of the excitements of the noise from a home stadium? That's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First down, Lions.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
180.
Play action here with Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. They're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Here we go. Play.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And this one does not get close. He stopped after 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a 1st down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on 1st and 2nd down.
Bates' kick is up and good. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead. Early momentum with that field goal.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Isaac Orindo to return. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40-yard line. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after 1 play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Purdy has it knocked out. The Lions get to it. Won't manage anything after the recovery, so that is where they'll take over after the fumble. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They got it off that fumble recovery to end the first. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Hot. Black 20.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
We go tonight. Black 20. Cut.
And off the play fake, here's Goff. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This one from 42 yards out. Bates' kick is up and good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
Kate, I call that a win-win in the first half. You win on the scoreboard, obviously, by adding 3 and adding to your lead. But you also win mentally, making your opponent know if they make a mistake, you're going to capitalize.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Gorindo to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Outside. 18. Watch out.
Looking to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Decent gain here, but short of the first. 3rd down, they need 7.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
18.
To the air on 3rd and long. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Kicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Cut. 180.
They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He brushed him off with ease. Keeps himself upright. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions go up by 12. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions bump the lead up to 13 points.
49ers nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Lindo to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a first down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. On the counter, McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
So second and 6 awaits on the other side. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun is Purdy. The right side is caught by Jennings. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Purdy looking to throw here. It's 3rd and 2. He's on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Get set.
First down, Purdy to throw. Finds his man, it's Ricky Pearsall. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
49er first down. First and 10 at the
And throw again, it's Purdy. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. No love finding George Kittle with that one. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
Sticking to the air here, it's Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on third down. They'll air it out on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a fourth down.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. But I do see a flag out there. Let's see what the call is. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. Eddie Pinheiro out to try to put up 3 here for the Niners. It's a 38-yard look here. Pinheiro's kick is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out come the Lions. They've got the first series of the second half. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Big strike here to Williams. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that separation can create the big play down the field.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds Isaac to Slaw. Complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. Makes the tackle. It's out. Gibbs lost it on the hit. And that's 49ers football. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down 1st, no fumble. Bringing the offense up to the line, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
That's what an offensive player never wants to see, a defender just waiting for him on the edge. At that point, the play's dead. A good effort on his part to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the 49ers have the football and are going to set up shop at the 15. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Gave away a couple on the 1st down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Play action now. Purdy. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Set for the 2nd straight play, Brock. They're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. From the gun, McCaffrey. His run, that's about 4, but he's still well shy of that marker. It's 4th down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And this will come from just inside his end zone. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. A lot of space ahead. Into the red zone. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions lengthen the lead at the end of the third. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead.
49ers 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Moore with a return. And he gets crushed by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Back to the air on second. Purdy. Kittle's got it on the slant. He got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the first. He's at the 34.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Purdy will sneak it. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. All set to go now from the 35.
Get set, get set.
They send the tight end in motion left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy. Short pass brought in. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Purdy to throw it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That's the first down. He's still going. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Working quickly here.
13 yards on the play. And the 49er first down.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Shotgun. Handoff to McCaffrey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Offense to the line fast.
A gain of a yard.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the 5th time they've gotten there for a sack of this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. They kick the running back in motion. Third and long, Purdy. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Goes to the hurry up here.
An 8-yard loss brings up 4th down.
Desperation time here. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's going to go down well short of where they needed him to get to. That decision to go for it on 4th does not pay off.
Turnover on down.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
The offense headed out now for Detroit. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Goff off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Lions about set to celebrate this win. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He fires one deep down the left sideline. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. One of the tight ends in motion left. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And the Lions are there to bring him down. They've got to keep moving quick here.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Purdy. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do though have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag. That's going to bring up 4th down. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Get set, get set. 18.
They'll throw for it. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Cut. Black 20.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
We go tonight. Black 20. What's that?
Another one for Gibbs. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
Well, you could see he gets the ball and he sees a defender waiting for him right on the edge. And at that point, dead on arrival. A good effort on his part to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Setting up, 2nd and goal.
What? 180.
Up in the gut they go with Gibbs. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a...
And he brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Mm-hmm. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions make it a 24-point ball game.
49ers 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Moore with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Outside. 18. Hot, hot.
From the gun is Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16.
Get set. Get set.
Now Purdy. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. No luck on the tight end dump-off. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Purdy has it knocked out. And they get back on top of it, but he's touched down. So no final heroics today. This one is over. So the Lions get the win on the road. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only 1 field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.